What is a Youth of the Year? It's the Boys and Girls Club's highest honor, celebrated each year at regional and national events with impactful and inspirational moments.
I'm a huge supporter of Boys and Girls Clubs of America.
Each event is one step closer to the national title.
And thanks to you, 4 million kids each year are inspired and empowered to become tomorrow's champions of youth.
Without the support of my club and without that incredible, attentive instructor, I may not have found ballet.
We will reach more people than ever, virtually.
You have my ear, you have my heart. These children are our future.
I'm just so thankful because I would be nowhere near the person I am today without the Boys and Girls Club.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Evan Jones, Executive Director of the Mid-Peninsula Boys and Girls Club, and joining me is Danny Fells, one of our judges and also a club alumni. And we just want to let you know that tonight, 4 of our amazing club kids have worked over a year to try to become the 2021 Youth of the Year. And when this is all said and done, we will have a winner that will represent us at the regionals. Danny can tell you how hard the choices were for the judges because he served on our panel. Danny, how hard was it?
It was very difficult. All these kids, they're young adults and they are all amazing. They're seasoned. They show their passion, their heart, and everything about them is, our future is very bright with these kids.
So excited for you guys to see the show. And no, we did not coordinate jackets, but we just got it like that. So thank you for being here and enjoy the show.
My name's Akila, and I'm a sophomore at Sacred Heart Cathedral Prep in San Francisco, and I've been a member of the club for 8 years. As a result of being one out of 33 black students at my predominantly white institution, I find myself trying to balance my racial and cultural identity every day. Using my experiences, I want to be a voice for the voiceless. I want to be a voice for those affected by racial discrimination, but talking about the experiences I've gone through, to challenge the audience's thoughts on their reality of ethnicity and the effects of racial discrimination. More than that, I can offer hope, and hope heals. This has inspired me to pursue a career in graphic design at Stanford or NYU. Through design, I hope my work will inspire others to defy stereotypes around people of color and share their untold experiences. I hope to design for the most affected and marginalized, letting their voices and experiences lead and be heard.
Good evening. My name is Louisa Shields, and I am a board member of the Mid-Peninsula Boys and Girls Club. And this year, I have the joint privilege with my 2 co-chairs, Donna Colson and Christy Cowan, to welcome you to the Mid-Peninsula Boys and Girls Club 2021 Youth of the Year. We are excited to celebrate our esteemed teens this evening. I hope you will be as inspired by their stories as I am. Many of our team members have been club kids since elementary school, and what you will see tonight is the result of years of dedication and hard work. Youth development is a journey, and success takes years of consistent support. The club has stood by these teens and helped them blossom into young adults and find their voice. We are so grateful for their dedication to the club and to our local community, and we are extremely excited to be their partner in becoming caring, responsible, and productive citizens.
My name is Christy Cowan, and I'm also on the board of the Mid-Peninsula Boys and Girls Club. I believe that 2021 will bring us all more inspiration and hope. And that's exactly what we're here to celebrate tonight by honoring the young people who are part of the Youth of the Year program. The Mid-Peninsula Boys and Girls Club has a long history of being the go-to after-school program for underserved families in our local community. When 2020 made these families' lives even more challenging, the club was there, checking on students and providing food to more than 400 families every week. The club even opened 3 all-day learning hubs where our most at-risk students could Zoom to their remote classes in a safe and supervised place. Unfortunately, adversity is not new for many club kids, but with the support of the Mid-Peninsula Boys and Girls Club, which is so generously funded by so many of you, these kids have the chance to succeed. Tonight, you'll get to meet some of these successful kids and hear how the club has helped to shape their journeys.
Hello, my name is Donna Colson, and I'm honored to be one of the Mid-Peninsula Youth of the Year co-chairs. I presently serve on the Burlingame City Council and was mayor in 2019. My husband and I have been Youth of the Year supporters for over a decade. The Youth of the Year program is an intense one-year commitment with the teens focused on excelling in their personal and academic growth. We are fortunate to have many friends of the club and experts in various professions who can support our students as they prepare for the next step in their education. This is the beginning of building a larger network of contacts and mentors that we all relied on to succeed. It is a unique opportunity for this group of deserving, hardworking students to access a network that is not available to most young people. But it does not end tonight. Thanks to your support, these students will continue their mentorship from the Boys and Girls Club alumni, with whom they can discuss their future educational aspirations as well as the challenges they may face along the way. We think you will enjoy their stories. Thank you for joining us tonight to celebrate this amazing group of inspiring youth.
Hello, my name is Taylor Lee. I'm a junior at Mills High School and I've been at the Boys and Girls Club for around 6 years. I've always had a love for performing arts and music and would love to pursue these arts in the future. Theater and music gives me this creative freedom unlike any other. I hope to impact others with my crafts and eventually go to Berklee School of Music to further my education in music production and theater technique. Thank you.
Thank you, Louisa, Christy, and Donna, for your wonderful leadership in putting together tonight's event and for sharing a little bit about what our club has been up to. Good evening to everyone at home, and thank you for spending this hour with us. We truly appreciate it. My name is Evan Jones, and I'm the Executive Director of the Mid-Peninsula Boys and Girls Club. Before we hear from our 4 amazing Youth of the Year, I wanted to take some time to tell you what our club was doing for the community before the pandemic, how we adapted to the needs of the community during the pandemic, and what we'd like to do to support the community's recovery after everyone is vaccinated. Before the pandemic, our organization ran youth development programs at 5 clubhouses from Daly City in the north to San Mateo in the south. These programs are designed to make caring, responsible, productive citizens out of kids ages 5.5 to 19. The culmination of that journey is what you will see in our Youth of the Year tonight. But what it looks like on the ground is after-school programs and summer programs designed across all of those ages. So for example, if you went to our Millbrae Elementary School program before the pandemic, you might find kindergartners working on their fine motor skills while also learning about the Chinese zodiac. If you drove 15 minutes north to our Alley Rose Cullinane College and Career Success Center, you would find freshmen working on which careers are interesting to them and juniors mapping out their college choices, as well as figuring out what their service projects for the community were going to be that term. These programs are broken up into 3 main pillars: academic success, good character and leadership, and healthy lifestyles. When the pandemic hit, we moved our programs online, but we also saw an expanded need for one program we already ran, which was our food bank. Before the pandemic, our food bank served 170 families that needed fresh produce to get them through the weekend because their kids were on free or reduced lunch. Since March, our food bank has expanded from those 170 families to 500 families a week. This program has been amazing, and we can't meet all the need that exists in our communities. We also were approached in the beginning of the school year by some of our school districts who said not all kids were getting the best education they could online. They asked us for our support in opening up learning hubs for kids whose parents just couldn't support their online learning because they had to work, or kids who really just needed that human support. So we went from a youth development agency with some food security programs to a 8-hour a day, 7:30 to 4:30 shadow school and a food security program for 500 families a week. We're excited to get past this horrible year for all of us, but we aren't satisfied with getting back to normal. We know that our kids are further behind than many of their peers. In order to close that achievement gap, we need your help in changing the way we do summer camp. In the past, we've always offered low-cost camp that's affordable for low-income folks, and there are plenty of scholarships. But this year, we would like to offer full scholarships to anyone who needs our services as our communities of color and our low-income communities try to recover from the devastation that has hit our economy because of the pandemic. I really appreciate your guys' time. I'm so excited to hear from our kids. You will see the kind of kids we pump out tonight and know that there are thousands more that we can support with your help. And now we want to thank our sponsors, so I'm going to hand it over to our board president, Jeff Nix.
Hey, my name is Jack Shea, and I'm a junior at Mills High School. I've been at the club for 5 years now, and I've grown a lot since then. As of right now, I want to become a clinical psychiatrist. Why is that? Well, I've always had a fascination for it. I've always had a fascination for how people interacted in different situations. And I've also loved helping people.
Good evening. My name is Jeff Nix, and I'm the board president for the Mid-Peninsula Boys and Girls Club. Thank you for supporting our teens tonight by watching from home and cheering them on. As you hear from our teens, please know that staff, teachers, parents, volunteers, peers, and donors have all poured time, talent, and treasure into the Youth of the Year event planning this year. Your efforts will help our teens achieve a significant milestone along the path to becoming caring, responsible, and productive citizens. This journey is only possible with the support of our coaches, judges, and sponsors. I would like to thank the premier sponsors of tonight's celebration: Morgan Stanley Private Wealth Management, Grant Thornton, Alliance Bernstein, and the Casa Miranda Fund. Thank you for your generosity and believing in our program and our kids. Also, thank you to all of our volunteers, especially those who have stepped up to help our 2 food banks feed 2,000 people a week since last March. Thank you as well to my fellow board members, to our kids for their hard work and persistence, to their parents for their trust, to our foundation and corporate sponsors. We simply couldn't serve at-risk youth of San Mateo County without your support. Thank you to our Youth of the Year event team co-chairs, Donna Colson, Christy Cowan, and Louisa Shields. They've been working tirelessly with our development team, Mona Shaw and Erica Duguay, to organize and put together tonight's event. Thank you to our esteemed judges and youth coaches, as well as our own Karen Chin, Miguel de Trinidad, and the College and Career Success team. Finally, a big thank you to all of you watching from home. This event is the culmination of years of dedication and hard work by everyone involved. We invest in our collective future by investing in our kids. We hope you enjoy our event this evening, and before we get to the teens, it's my honor to introduce our previous Youth of the Year recipients, Scarlett Alvarez and Isabella Sanez, who will talk to you about what the club has meant to them. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Diana Rodriguez, and I'm currently a senior at ICA Cristo Rey. Post-graduation, I would love to attend Pennsylvania State University and major in psychology, specializing in early childhood development. Once I've garnered my PhD, I would love to come back to my community and relay all that I've learned and help spread emotional and mental health awareness.
Hello everyone, my name is Isabel.
And I'm Scarlett.
And we were previous Youth of the Year honorees. I'm now a senior in college, and Scarlett is a freshman in college. Before we hear from our honorees tonight, Scarlett and I wanted to share with you a little bit about what our club experience was like and where it has led us to now. So without further ado, Scarlett, I'm curious, how do you reflect on your years at the club?
As I reflect on the club, I really find myself going back to it being an experience in itself. The best thing about the club, and I realize it and recognize it now and acknowledge it, is that every time I had a fall, like, they would always appreciate and also acknowledge the fall. And then when I rose up, they'd congratulate me and, you know, be proud of me for that rise.
I am really motivated to ensure that all of the success and achievements that are being experienced here in the Bay Area are also felt by the families and the youth who grow up here. And so I really hope to develop a way to connect my research background and my community development background into being innovative in the ways that we make sure that youth in the club and in other youth organizations and just our community in general have all the resources they need and the strategies and the game plans they need to really make a name for themselves and to really set themselves on a path to a really bright future.
And I'm so glad we were able to go through this experience together. Clearly, it's been an incredible journey for both me and Isabel. But the reason we are here tonight is to celebrate the current Youth of the Year honorees. This year, in addition to being a spotlight for our teens' achievements, both in and outside of the club, the Youth of the Year program is also one that builds leadership, communication, and personal development skills across the entire academic year. This year is also unique in that the program also serves as an opportunity for members as young as middle school to begin this process. We will now hear from our Youth of the Year candidates from the 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. Without further ado, please welcome Dayanara, Akila, Jack, and Taylor.
Needs a lot of space? Who needs a lot of light? I'll get myself a chair, a pad and pen to write, a ficus for the corner, and some pictures hung just right. And I have almost everything I need. I'll take some wooden crates and make a makeshift bar. There's an antiques fair in Rhinebeck. I'll just borrow someone's car. Some curtains for the window and some daisies in a jar. And I have almost everything I need. So it's a bit dark, so it's a bit damp. I'll just close my eyes, pretending I'm at camp. It's going to be great, it's going to be fun. With a prayer for good luck and a bucket of Windex, this room would be perfect. For one, the smell of baking bread, some good books I can read, a fire escape for dreaming, and a heart that's finally free. A brand new life without you. I'm a happy guy
Thank you. Hello, my name is Taylor Lee, and I had just finished singing I Have Almost Everything I Need from Alphabet City Cycle. I had first heard this song through a cover by one of my favorite performers of all time, Eva Noblezada. I remember listening to the song for the first time, and I was immensely touched with the tone of her voice and the message the lyrics had conveyed. Music and the arts have allowed me to express myself and show off my skills in a way no other activity has. I hope to one day inspire and touch the souls of others in the way people like Eva has. Thank you.
Going to a private school all my life, my classmates painted black people as the criminal, the thug, or the athlete. These same stereotypes were used in slavery times as propaganda to remind Americans that black people were lesser. And it worked. And it's still working today. As a young multiracial girl, I never aspired to have a high-end job like a surgeon or a politician. Not because I did not want to, but because I never saw anyone that looked like me in those positions. When you do not see yourself in television, in advertisements, or even in literature, it becomes very easy to feel marginalized and invisible. When I turned 13, I became the poster child to represent diversity in the schools and extracurriculars I were a part of. But I didn't care, because it felt amazing to be the one black kid in a room full of white people on the cover of the brochure representing us. And I want other people of color to feel that way. These impactful experiences have inspired me to pursue a career in graphic design. The lack of diversity in mainstream media contributes to the stereotypical story and one-sided narrative that portrays people of color negatively. Society has been conditioned to believe that these stories were our normal, but I'm challenging this idea. I plan to design for the most affected and overlooked, letting their voices lead and be heard. With more inclusive apps, advertisements, and publications, people of color will be able to see themselves in design and today's society, which in turn will validate their existence and experiences. More than that, I can offer hope, and hope heals. I hope my work will empower others to defy stereotypes around people of color and share their untold experiences. As someone who cares deeply about eradicating racism, I am committed to addressing this issue by becoming a designer so that I can help all people feel comfortable enough to share their stories and see themselves in design. Because diversity in design means diversity in thought, stories, and creativity. I'm grateful for the club community and you for all your support, and I'm excited to take action and make this difference for our youth.
Mental health is just as important as physical health. There's no doubt about that. Yet, people still feel discouraged to seek out mental help when they truly need it because there is a stigma attached to it. And this is especially relevant in teenagers. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, 9.4, nearly 1 in 10 adolescents ranging from 12 to 17 have one or more major depressive episodes that would lead to severe impairment every single year. And add to that, 60% of them do not seek treatment at all because they don't seek out that treatment. There are many reasons why they don't seek out the treatment, and one of which is because there is a stigma surrounding it. And this is a problem because when mental problems are left untreated, in many cases, they just get worse and could lead to life-changing consequences. So riddle me this, how can something so common, something so problematic, something so devastating be easily disregarded like that? And I've seen this personally. A few years back, I was a witness to a friend of mine, a really close friend of mine, who went through a very difficult period in her life. It resulted in her nearly engaging in suicide. She didn't get the help that she needed because she didn't think that she needed that help, because she was ashamed of getting that help. And it hurts me. It hurts me to know there are countless other people out there who are going through the exact same thing. This can be changed. This should be change, and I want to be a part of that change. That is why I'm setting my future in psychology, to study mental health in our youth. And I'm talking about the best of the best schools in developmental psychology. I'm talking about UM Ann Arbor, UC Berkeley, Stanford. You name it, I'm shooting for it because I know I can and I know I will achieve it. By achieving a PsyD education and becoming a registered psychologist, I can become that person who knows what to do, knows what to say when somebody else doesn't. I can help create a world where stigmatism is no more and people can get the help that they need without feeling ashamed. And that is my goal, and you can count on that. My name is Jack Sheh. Thank you for your time.
Cooking while hungry is a task done if you want your end result to be failure. Because when you cook while you're hungry, you're not worried about taking your time. You're not focused on the things that you need to do in order for your food to come out good. Because all you can think about, all you want to do is just eat. This is more or less what life is like for 7 million teens that live in food insecure households. When we talk about food insecurity, like I just did, what we often get bombarded with are the negative physical aspects. But what we tend to forget about and overlook is mental health, or the lack thereof. Because the harsh reality is, children and teens that are exposed to and that experience food insecurity are at higher risk of developing anxiety and depression. And although we do have resources put in place to combat food insecurity, there are almost no institutions that help youth and their families deal with both food insecurity and mental health. This is why I want to go to school and study psychology, so that I can eventually become a childhood psychologist and come back to my community and teach youth about the mental health aspects food insecurity has, and to amplify their voices so that they can be a part of the conversation. Because I have seen the detriment in mental health due to food insecurity in my own community. And I'm very much aware that temporary solutions will not and never have properly addressed the problem, because it is no longer enough for us just to get fed. We need mental help, and we deserve it. And for this to change, we as a people need to acknowledge and understand, and I mean truly understand, that food insecurity and mental health go hand in hand. They both exist because of each other and will never and have never existed without one another. Because the consequences of both are very real and prevalent in the communities that are directly affected by food insecurity. And because of this, I am fully aware and acknowledge that it will take a village to ensure that the youth that come after me, the youth that stand on this stage and speak to you after I am gone, are properly nurtured and cared for. And I am ready to be a part of that. And I ask you here now with your full attention to be a part of that with me. Because change does not happen if there are not people to rally behind it and demand it. Thank you.
So we hope that you were inspired by our youth. Before we get to announcing tonight's winner, just know that our youth are the result of years and years of the work that the club has put in, and donors and alumni like Danny have supported us with. And so now is the time in the evening where we really, really need your all support. It's our goal tonight to match the $60,000 that has already been donated by our board and select donors. And we really, really could use your support to get to our $70,000 goal for the evening. So we're at 4,617, and we know that you guys can do better, and we really, really want your support. $25,000 would pay for a week of COVID camp for 100 kids. $15,000 to pay for shadow school for 1 month for 12 of our kids. $10,000 supports this very program, College and Career Success, so we can keep making more Youth of the Year. $5,000 is full membership for one of our kids. $2,500 is social emotional learning, which, Danny, is so important right now, given that kids are cut off. And we have kids here in our building, and they're working on social emotional success. And that will also support our mental health program. Oh, we've just got a big donation. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you. We're now 25%.
Thank you, Kayla and Daniel Simon, for that donation. Thank you so much.
Simon, I really appreciate that, Simons. You guys are unbelievable. We really appreciate that. That took us so much closer to our goal. We still got more donations coming in. We thank all you guys putting them in. Like, we're getting so close to where we want to get to make a difference in all these kids. You all got a glimpse into, getting a piece of what this light is that all these kids have to shine and to offer. And with all the programs that we have here at the Boys and Girls Club, like, you got to witness the interviews of these kids, and you got to witness their speeches, and you got to see who they are as a person and what they believe in. And none of that is possible without these donations, and none of that is possible without these clubs to give these kids these opportunities.
Yeah, and Danny mentioned there are two other elements to the competition tonight: the speeches, which you heard. There was also essays, and then there was an interview. And Danny, you and the judges got to hear the interviews. What did you take away from those interviews about our four kids?
I can't say enough great things about the four candidates who basically bared their soul. You got to see, their personality shine through. You got to see their passions and the characters that they are, and the honesty. Yeah. Like everything that they shared with us. There was no fakeness to it. It was just all real. And, you got to see all of the great work that they've been putting in to be, nominated and to be a candidate. And it was definitely evident in every single facet of, the process, and just watching them do everything. It was just unbelievable. Yeah. We got a couple more donations in.
Eric and Donna Colson, $5,000. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Eric and Donna. Beth and Brian Grossman, $15K. Thank you guys so much. We're getting closer to our goal. That ticker is going up.
Wow.
And we just heard from Bob and Rita DeLu, whose clubhouse we're in, for $10,000. Thank you so much, Bob and Rita, for your years and years of support for building the building that we're in right now. We're so happy to have you all. And I would just say about the program is that we're actually in the Teen Center, and you can see all of the work that the kids put in this year. They worked on the census because they want to be good citizens. They worked on getting the vote out in their communities. And we've all had such a tough 2020. I wanted to share with you a quote from one of our judges, which was, "Our kids gave her hope." So if you're interested in supporting hope, this is the time to donate. We're almost there. We're 15K away from our goal. Thank you. That's a great gift.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you to the Butlers, longtime supporters. Thank you guys so much.
Susie and Jared, thank you guys. Really appreciate that. It's unbelievable. We appreciate it.
Almost there, about 4K away. I think we're gonna get there. This is a great feeling. Thank you to the Toshes. Thank you to Jim and Rona Tosh. Thank you so much for the donation.
I'm blown away right
now. We want to close it out. Mom, I know you're watching. You can borrow it from me. Let's get it there.
We're right there. I see it. We're very, very close.
And in the last 500, we'll support our kids in their Black History Month exploration. So thank you guys so much. We're almost there. I don't have anything to throw in the air. Thank you to Chris and Molly Dillon, longtime supporters and wonderful, wonderful friends of the club. And Molly was a coach for Dayanara. So thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
And from behind the camera, Mr. Cullinane in our Ali Rose Cullinane College and Career Success Center came in and got us over the hump with 5,000.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kevin and Lisa. This is amazing. Oh, wow. We just got up to
We're at 91,000. Wow.
We'll get that name in a second.
This is incredible. We can't thank you guys so much.
This is amazing, guys. I guess everyone came and heard Carrie at the beginning of the show about why philanthropy is so important, especially right now. And I want to say that one of the greatest things we've been doing is feeding the community. That's not part of our everyday mission. We give the kids snack on a regular day, but during COVID, we have really ramped it up. And for all you Californians, you know what it's like to stand out in the rain. And our team has been out in the rain this week, feeding 500 families. And so it's just been spectacular to watch the dedication. Thank you to Greg and Liz Vaughn for the donation. Oh, we're over 100K. This is amazing. I'm probably going to pass out. This is amazing. We really appreciate this.
Kate Phillips, we thank you. We thank you. We can't thank you enough.
Thank you, Louisa. Thank you, Tom Shields, so much. Thank you, Jill Pulley and the Pulley family. Thank you to Chase for helping us with our writing over the summer. That's another reason that we love the club, is because your kids can get involved as volunteers.
Yeah.
It's been great to see them form relationships. So one of the things we're raising money for today, Danny, is COVID will end one day. Is that true?
We hope.
We hope.
Yeah, we're hoping.
And we need the club to be here after so that people can come and interact with our amazing youth. Wow, we're really up to 116.
This is incredible. Thank you, Christy Cohen. We really appreciate your donation. It's going to make a huge difference in all these kids' lives.
This is a jaw-dropping evening for us, and I didn't even memorize a speech. I feel like this is just really lucky for me. And we are, as we keep going, going to unveil our winner, and we're so excited about that. Thank you to the Perazzo family. Thank you to the Nix family. Shout out to Abby and Oliver, the Nix family, some of our favorite volunteers of all time. Thank you to Bob McSweeney for all your help, especially so the McSweeneys actually organized with the Cullinanes and some other families to get us freezers so that we can provide protein during the food bank. So it's not just dry goods, but we've been giving out chickens.
Wow.
Yeah, so I feel like Marshawn Lynch on Thanksgiving. It's been amazing.
Gotta eat.
We're getting more. Thank you to Christina O'Neill, Sangita Fourth,
Deb Crisp, the whole Crisp family. I know you guys are all watching. Really appreciate it. And thank you guys.
Great name. I love that. It's
Deb Crisp. It's clean. It's crisp, right?
Yeah, it feels good. I like saying it. It's great.
It just flows.
The Kendall family, thank you so much.
Thank you guys. We appreciate that. Kendall's
and Linda Wiley. Wow, we're at 150. This is amazing, guys. This is shattering all of our former records, and this is really going to go a long way for us to keep our kids here. I mean, today earlier, we had kids who are in school. So schools are closed, public schools are closed, but our club kids are able to receive the assistance they need from our dedicated staff. We're all masked up, of course, like Danny and I are right now, but it's really fun to watch these kids continue to grow, even though COVID has challenged so many of us. So
yeah, it's incredible. You know, like all these donations that keep pouring in, we can't thank you guys enough because, you know, these clubs are so vital to the success of all of these kids. You know, these clubs fill a much needed gap, and they allow an opportunity for kids like myself. You know, I'm an alumni of the Boys and Girls Club, and you know, me and my brothers, I got 3 brothers, and we all grew up attending a Boys and Girls Club for 6 years, you know, while both my parents worked full time. And I was able to learn so much in those clubs, you know, just having a safe haven, a safe place to go and not wander the streets while my parents were at work trying to provide and give me and my brothers anything and everything that we could ever need. You know, obviously we had a lot of wants, you know, everyone wants for all kinds of things, but we learned at an early age there's a difference between a want and a need. And what the kids need is a safe place to go. Every kid needs a safe place to go. And so these clubs give us that opportunity, and all your donations are making such a huge difference. And I can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all.
Yeah, we're so touched. Thank you to the Namburi family, to Melissa Riddle, the Viet family, and the Ross family. Thank you so much for the donations. And I think one of the things you talked about, Danny, you were there for 6 years.
Yeah.
All of our Youth of the Year have been with us for 6 years or more. Actually, Dayanara started with us in the 2nd grade, and all of her sisters came to the club, right?
Oh, wow.
So this is a community organization. And something people don't think about is if a kid is with us from the 1st grade through high school, they will be with us longer than any other institution besides their family.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you want to make impact, if you want to change the future, if you want to see the next generation be prepared for great futures, invest here with the club.
Definitely.
It's the best place to invest.
I mean, it's an investment in your community, right? We're all part of this community, and the Boys and Girls Club gives a bigger sense of community for these kids who, you know, they're struggling in their everyday life. But this, you know, with all these donations and being able to create a better community for all these kids, it's an unbelievable opportunity.
And to show how much we truly live and breathe the motto of the club, one of the reasons I've been growing my hair out, Danny, is because the kids are going to get to pick what I do with it. Because that's how much I love the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
That's now on the internet forever, so I can't back out of it. I'm a little scared, but I'm okay. And if we could just get to that 160 mark.
Oh, I gotta thank the Seaburn family. Thank you guys so much. I'm glad you guys are here, and you know how much this means to me, so I can't thank you enough. The Maloney family, I appreciate that. I know I saw Owen. I saw you earlier. I hope you learned something today. Keep up the good work, and you know you got great parents leading the way.
The McKay family, and then Corey Bernard. Thank you guys so much. This is amazing to know that we're cared about, and the kids really appreciate it. We're actually in this room surrounded by their artwork and their energy in here earlier, and it was just infectious. And we hope that when this is all over, everyone can come visit us so you can see these great, amazing kids here in San Mateo County. Thank you, Rebecca Evans, for the donation. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're talking about being here in this room and just being surrounded by the artwork. You know, it's very inspirational, just like all of the candidates. You know, I'm sure you all got to witness them, and you know them doing their speeches. It's inspirational, right? Like you can't help but feel inspired with all the hope that these kids have, and they're shining through. And it all comes through in their presentations. And you know, with kids like that in our future is definitely bright.
Well, what an amazing night! Thank you, Mr. Fama, Mayor Dennis Fama, Mayor Milbray. Shout out! You're not really the mayor, but thank you, former board member Fama. We will talk tomorrow. Danny, it's just amazing. I think I wanted to close by just talking about Jack a little bit. And one of the things we were talking about is how when Jack came to us in 6th grade, we actually taught him to play basketball, because he needed that outlet.
Yeah.
And I think he brought that up in the interview.
He did. It was very cool to hear. Like, he had never touched a basketball before. And, you know, the club gave him an opportunity to pick up a basketball. And it was more than just sports. It was an opportunity to kind of meet some friends and meet more people, you know, that sense of community. Him being able to pick up that ball and actually learn the game. Like, now he found a love for the sport, but he found himself in a way. You know, it gave him an opportunity to kind of speak up, and he found his voice.
Yeah, it's amazing, and we have so many more stories. I want to leave before we get to why we're all here, which is to find out who the Youth of the Year for our club is this year, who's going to represent us at the regional and national level. I also just wanted to say that for all of the problems that we as a society are working on, we do have a secret weapon, and that's our kids.
Definitely.
These are intergenerational problems. We need to do what the President Roosevelt said. We need to prepare our kids for the future if we can't prepare the future for our kids. So in making these donations tonight, guys, you've really, really helped us do that for all of the kids in our community. And we couldn't be more grateful for your time and for your support of the club. I'm blown away, Danny.
I'm all out of words. You know, as cliche as it is, the children are our future, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, all these donations that you guys have all given, and yeah, I'm like I said, I'm at a loss for words. Like, I'm just so speechless and grateful, and I'm stars. Like, I don't know. I'm stuck. I'm stumbling over my words now. I have no idea what I'm saying. I'm just so elated and just so happy right now. Don't worry about the mask. It's a big smile underneath. Hopefully, look at my eyes if you can see it. I'm just so excited right now. This is incredible.
Well, let's keep that energy going, and let's unveil our 2021 Youth of the Year.
Hi, I'm Kevin Cullinane. This is my wife,
Lisa.
And we're very proud to be here tonight to award the Youth of the Year to Akila Tanksley.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Hi guys, I'm so grateful to be here with you all tonight. None of this would have been possible without a lot of other people. So first, I want to thank my parents for always encouraging me to go after whatever I dreamed of. I want to thank my fellow Youth of the Years, Jack, Taylor, and especially Dianara, my #1 cheerleader. I want to thank my coaches, Giselle, Caritha, and Michaela, for always listening to me say my speeches over and over again. I want to thank Gloria and Isabel also for listening to my speeches. And last but not least, I want to thank Karen and Miguel for always giving me the opportunities that I wanted to achieve all of my goals. So thank you guys. I'm super excited to be a Youth of the Year.
Congratulations, Akila. And this is a swap out. So that is for the color names for being such great supporters of our program. They're standing up for Bob and Rita DeLu, but they also have funded this center that Akila is a product of, and we're just so happy to be here. I'm gonna keep this and take it home with me. And thank you guys for coming tonight. We really hope that you learned something about the clubs. See you next year.
In person.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming tonight, and I will see you next time. Bye! But wait, that's not all. We'll see you next year.